Don't ever get to that place where you think that you have God and yet He's far from you. The parents of Jesus went one day's journey, supposing that He was in the midst of them. They thought He was in their midst. Meanwhile, Jesus stayed back in Jerusalem. It is possible to embark on life's journey thinking that God is with you and yet He's not there. One of the biggest tragedies that can befall a man is not to lose money, it's not to lose a job, it's not to lose a loved one. As bad as these things I've mentioned are or can be, one of the biggest tragedies that can befall a man is to walk through life thinking that God is with you and yet God is not with you. The Bible says they supposed that He was there with them. Then they began to ask, Jesus, maybe time for lunch came. And they were trying to give Him lunch. And He wasn't there. 12-year-old, like every other child. Jesus, they were calling. Jesus, they were calling. Look at me, it's time to call on God until He answers you. Jesus, and they were calling. And they were looking for Him amongst their relatives. Many of us are looking for the right God in the wrong places. That's why people have dabbled into all kinds of diabolic fetish rituals, all in the bid to look for God. That's why there are many religions, because they are looking for this God. Jesus, Jesus, but He was not in their midst. They searched for day 1, they searched day 2, and on the 3rd day, someone suggested, let's go check for Him in the temple. They lost Him for 1 day, but it took them 3 days to find Him. If all you can do today is 5 minutes prayers every day, keep at it. If all you can do every day when you wake up in your personal devotion is to read 2 chapters of the Bible, read it and keep at it. There is something called momentum. When you lose it, it becomes difficult to reconnect. They lost Him for just 1 day, but it took them 3 days to find Him. As I'm talking now, they are still calling Jesus, 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 and they're looking for Him. If you are sincere, I'm at that point in my life where I am dead. The man you are looking at is a dead man. Dead to the flesh, dead to the rudiments of this world. There's nothing that I hold dear. The only thing that makes any sense to me is to be sure that I have this God. Jesus, Jesus. They could not find Him. And on the 3rd day, they went to the temple. They saw Him with doctors of the laws and teachers. And they said that, wist you not that your father and thy brethren and I are looking for you? And Jesus said, wist you not that I must be about my Father's business? He was in the temple. Anything that stops you from coming to the temple is not God. The truth of the matter is that they were the ones that strayed away from Him. God never leaves us. We are the ones that skid off. We are the ones that stray away. We are the ones that stroll out of His presence. I don't understand how a believer on a Sunday will sit at home. I can't understand how a Christian, a professing believer, on a Wednesday will be watching football when service is going on. I can't understand. I wasn't brought up that way. Give me that old-time religion. It's still good enough for me. Pastors, we have work to do. We have work to do. This is not the church that Jesus died for. Let's not make Him bleed any more than He bled 2,000 years ago. Let's not make Him bleed anymore. There are things that we do that puts pressure, permit me to say it, that puts pressure. Let's not make Him bleed any more than He bled. Hands are lifted up. Father, help me never to leave You. Help me. Grace to stay in grace. That when others leave, I will be the last man standing. Open your mouth and pray that prayer. Open your mouth and pray that prayer. Help me. The same way You've said You will not leave me nor forsake me. Help me to stay and not leave. Help me not to fall away. Not by pressures of life. Not by societal standards. not by demands that the common vicissitudes of life places on me. Don't let me skid off. Help me to stay. In the morning, let me be there. In the noontime, let me be there. In the evening, help me to be there. At night, let me be there. In the midnight, let me be there. I'm looking for God. I'm looking for Jesus. Open your mouth and pray. You know yourselves. When you don't pray anymore like you used to pray, there is danger. When you can't sit down to study the Bible, there is danger. When church attendance becomes boring or become an Herculean task, there is danger. I'm here to sound a state of emergency right here, right now, on some of you, your Christian life. Some of us go to church because we don't want to be asked, oh sister, we didn't see you, or brother, we didn't see you. It's not because you love God. The psalmist says, I was glad when they said unto me, come, let us go to the house of the Lord. Supposing that he was in the midst of them. Supposing that he was in the midst of them. Supposing that he was in the midst of them. They thought he was in their midst. It's a tragedy to suppose that he's here but he's not there. It's a tragedy to think that we have the move of God but we don't. It's a tragedy to think that we have the help of God and we don't. It's a tragedy to think that we are the most prayerful church in the city but we are not. It's a tragedy to think that we are teaching the truth but we don't have even the truth. It's a tragedy to think that we are the biggest givers but yet we are far from God's agenda. It's a tragedy. As I speak right now, many of us are a part of this tragedy. God help me. Help me. Relocate me from where I was and relocate me to where I need to be. Bring me back. Bring me back. Take me back. Help me to come back. Help me to come back. I don't want to suppose that you are here and you are not here. I don't want to pretend that all is well and all is not and nothing is well. Help me to find my way back. Lift up your hands and pray that prayer. Mercy, Lord. Mercy, Lord.